Welcome back, everyone, to a new spoiler review of the new Star Wars Disney Plus show, Andor, here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Sinnenberg. Today, I am breaking down episodes 4 through 6 here in spoiler fashion here on the show. So if you're new to the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We're really close to 300 subscribers. So please subscribe, ring the bell. I do TV show reviews, movie reviews, out of theater reactions, box office breakdown shows, movie ranking videos. If you like any one of those things, I am here for you every single day for the most part. So please subscribe, ring the bell, comment down below. What are your thoughts as we are at the halfway point already for season 2 of Andor? Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? Is this for you? Is this not? Love to discuss it with you guys in the comment section down below. And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. Helps YouTube recommend my video to new viewers. So I enjoyed the first 3 episodes of Andor, but they weren't fantastic episodes yet. And they got me slightly nervous for the remainder of the season, slightly, but I think these 3 episodes are Andor back in form. This feels like top tier Star Wars television. These episodes, I think these 3 episodes were a lot better than the first 3 episodes. And my problem with the first 3 episodes really was just that I thought Cassian, the lead character of the show, was in just something that was not interesting whatsoever in episodes 2 and 3. And when you're the lead character and you're something that I don't care about, that is a problem for a show titled Andor. Cassian has a lot more interesting things to do. Now, once again, we're split off into all these different plot lines. They did more connect than they did last week. And it all centers around Gorman, which obviously Krennic introduced in episode 1. Now, we know if you're fans of Star Wars Rebels that Mon Mothma brings up the Gorman massacre. And we know that it's not the original Gorman issue with Grand Moff Tarkin killing all those people, the memorial. We know in upcoming episodes, we're going to get the real Gorman massacre that Mon Mothma brings up in her speech to the rebellion in Star Wars Rebels. And we know we're leading into that. And these 3 episodes really center around Gorman because you have Cyril Karn, who is at the base and believes that he is trying to play the Gorman people into thinking that he could be a spy to help them out against the Empire. Then you have Dedra, who isn't just playing the Gormans, but is even playing Cyril. And even though she's trying to help Cyril, she's also not telling Cyril all the plans that Krennic has for Gorman. Plus, you have Cassian going there on the behest of Luthen. And then you have the big end of the episode with one of those characters, Quinta, I think is her name is. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. She dies towards the end of the episode. So a lot happens in Gorman. And that's really the centerpiece. Mon Mothma was kind of barely in these 3 episodes. She struggled to get something passed in the Senate chambers, which is always, as someone who's a fan of the Clone Wars era, loved seeing the Senate chambers, but it felt very much like dictatorship level stuff with the Empire, with how they run things in that chamber. But Mon's struggling to get something passed with Gorman to help the Gorman people. Luthen's trying to see what's interesting there. And obviously Cassian leaves Bix behind to go on this mission, which he was not wanting to do. Because Bix is in a rough spot in these episodes. And with Bix, she's taking drugs basically to get over these nightmares of what happened towards the end of season 1 in that torture scene. And this gives Luthen, when he sends Cassian off to have a one-on-one meeting with Bix, to make sure that she is not a weak link, not just for Cassian's sake, but for the rebellion's sake. As he says he wants her at full health, but he's making sure that she's not someone that he needs to, get away from Cassian, basically. And he sees that she takes the drugs and all of these things, but she says she's in top shape and all of that. And we end these 3 episodes with her getting her revenge on the doctor who tortured her with the help of Cassian. Now, it is going to be really interesting if Cassian and Bix went rogue here, meaning they did this on their own. I can't imagine Luthen would be so cool with this idea, So if Luthen's not happy with the idea of Bix and Cassian blowing up this part of the Imperial part and killing the guy, we shall see if that's an interesting plot point. But we'll see now with Bix, hopefully over her revenge, got her revenge. We'll see if she moves on. I do sadly think she's not making it out of the show because in Rogue One, not just is she not in Rogue One, but Cassian seems to really like Jyn Erso in that movie. So I do feel like we're the big character death in the show, even though we got Brazo in the first batch at the end of episode 3, I sadly think Bix will be a big emotional death for Cassian because Cassian is in a very dark place in the beginning of Rogue One. So that's what I think. I care a lot about Bix. I think Adria Jonah has been honestly the strongest performance on the series in season 2. She's excellent here. We also got the return of Saul Guerrera in these episodes with Forrest Whitaker once again playing the character. And I love Saul Guerrera. I love the Forrest Whitaker speeches as Saul Guerrera. He's trying to make sure this one person can get this gas, clearly setting up the fact why he needs this breathing thing in Rogue One. I do like when you have Saul Guerrera and Luthen on the same show because they both are fighting for the rebellion. They are fighting at least against the Empire, but they're willing to do whatever it takes to go up against the Empire. And sometimes they do things that are maybe not right. And I think having those type of characters who are fighting for the right side, but doing things in very unconventional, odd fashion makes the show very compelling. But these 3 episodes were amazing because everyone is playing someone. If it's Luthen playing Cassian, if it's Luthen playing Bix, if it's Dedra playing Cyril, if it's Cyril playing the Gorman people. There are so much people, playing chess and stuff like that with other people. It makes the show feel very complex and nuanced. And a lot of twists and turns that I really enjoyed. Now, obviously, the Gorman people are not the best to start a rebellion. They clearly need help more than just 2 people helping them out. So it seems like at some point Cassian is probably going to come back here. We did get Krennic towards the end of these 6 episodes, the end of episode 6 at this party because he has a great interaction as well with Mon Mothma in those episodes. But Clea is she's putting too many, let's say, recording devices on these people. And she realized that at this session, at this party, the part where she put her recording thing in is going to be taken out and found. And that cannot happen. So Clea, with the help of that spy who's in the ISB, she even with bleeding off her hand, she gets it out. Clea is also the most underrated character on the show. She stood up for herself in front of Luthen. Yes, she's clearly Luthen's #1 person, but she can really handle her own. She's a badass. She's very smart. And even though it clearly was her fault, it was her idea to kind of bug all these people, even though she might be in the right, she does single-handedly really get herself out of this situation. So I really enjoyed that. I think this was a really great set of episodes for Andor. I think we're on a really great path for the next 6 episodes. Again, each of these 3 episodes is a year apart from each other. So now we're in 3 BBY. Next week we'll be in 2 BBY, so 2 years before the events of A New Hope. And then they'll take us to the final 3 episodes being a year before the events of New Hope, which sets up right into watching Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So I think we're on a great course. I'm nervous for Bix. I'm nervous for a lot of characters on this show. Cyril and Dedra are a fascinating couple of sorts in the Empire. And I am very, very pleased we're getting some top tier Star Wars back here in 2025. So what are your thoughts on the episodes? Let me know in the comments section. Subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys soon.